Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here, once again with another video. And today we're going to be looking at Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher DVD movie collection. Now, as regards to this, there's only two movies currently in the collection. And when I was checking, now I assumed, thought there was going to be a third, because like obviously not with the with Mission Impossible. There's currently I think 7 in the franchise, and I don't think this was going to ever be as many as 7, but I thought it might have been because obviously there's 2. I thought it probably was going to be left at 2, maybe a third. And I saw that apparently there was a plan to make a third film, but then it didn't happen, and it's unlikely that it is going to happen. So there's probably only going to, well, at this stage anyway, only going to be 2. So but anyway, so yeah, Jack Reacher, obviously starring the legendary Tom Cruise, who's been in loads of films, and probably one of the best actors currently. Got the Mission Impossible franchise, and yeah, so decided to make this, and this first one is pretty good. It's, to be honest, it's not as popular, and it's not as good as Mission Impossible, but it is a decent film. Pretty much all the way through. The action is good. The acting is good. The action scenes are really good. And it's got a good time. About 2 hours, nearly. I think it's about 2 hours almost. It works out, or slightly less. And Tom is really good in it, as he is in pretty much most of his films that he does. I think the only criticism with this is it can get a bit boring in some places where there's not much happening, and there is a lot of talking going into the storyline. And sometimes you're left in a situation where you either watching it all the way through, or you sort of dozing off, falling asleep situation, and then sort of waking up, then falling asleep again, sort of like that. Well, it's for me anyway. Maybe it's because I'm getting older now, because I'm nearly 40, but that's just me. But it's, other than that, the times where it's not so good, it's still good where the action is, and I do like a lot of the action scenes, which is pretty good. Coming on to the second one, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back is the title for the second one. Now, in some ways, this is actually sort of slight improvement, or at least somewhat better and more enjoyable. As regards to, Tom Cruise back again as Jack Reacher, the character. And as I said, this is alright. It's either somewhat of an improvement, or it's just more, more enjoyable, which I found the case. Sort of where the situation where there's not much going on, it's sort of it leads up to sort of the next thing, the next action scene, and it just seems more on the edge, sort of you're more wanting to watch it, and rather than the first one where it's sort of good when there's the action, and then it's a bit boring. This is sort of different. It's sort of like you're watching it, and then it's sort of going on to the talking, and then but it doesn't last long before the next sets up for the next sort of action thing. So it's sort of, you know, more uh, pacey and sort of, yeah, it's sort of more interesting and sort of, yeah, it's sort of some ways better, but you know, yeah. But as I said, it's a good sequel. The second one, pretty much all the way through. Um, the action is really good, fast pace, and Tom is really good as always. And yeah, it's pretty much quite good all the way through, and a lot of the action scenes really good. And the time is really good on this. This is slightly shorter than the first one, but it sort of works out in a way. Maybe the first one might be too long. Actually, maybe if it was about the same time, maybe it would have worked out better. Maybe in some places because it's boring, maybe it sort of drags on a bit, and so maybe it's too long. So maybe it should be the same length. This seems to be like the right amount of time, and it sort of works out right. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this because you know, I don't want to do these videos too long for just two films. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye for now, see you soon.